Hold on to your iPhones, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Eileen, bringing you the digital media news from the front lawn. How is everybody doing today? I want to give you some updates. Let me let you know what we're going to be covering today. Hi, everybody. We are going to cover podcasting. Got some good news for podcasters. We're going to talk about social media. And last but certainly not least, we are going to talk about live streaming. Let me say hello to my boy Ann Capone in the house. Thank you so much. Welcome to my front yard. And I look around and I see that 90% of my neighbors have already mowed their lawns. Say, hey, what's up, Larry? So let's hope that none of my neighbors gets an inkling to ruin the hashtag Eileen Fun, as my girl Tish, my hashtagologist, would say. And let's get started with our digital media news. Well, today is July the 7th, and in 2 weeks, all of my lovely podcasting friends are going to descend on the fair city of brotherly love for Podcast Movement 2018. OMG. So glad that Podcast Movement is coming this year, because this year is the year that Google has finally truly embraced podcasting. I just got finished watching the new media show with my friends Todd Cochran from Blueberry and Rob Greenlee from Voxnest Spreaker, and they interviewed Zach, whose last name I can't pronounce, but I will definitely have the link in the description for this video. Zach is from Google, and he's heading up the team for podcasts, Google Podcasts. It's a new way that people can listen to your podcast. And it's a way that they can search. And when they're searching in Google, they will see your podcast listing. It's not like an app that they need to install on their phone, but if you come up in the search, if you're relevant for those keywords or phrases that they're searching for, your podcast can get found and listened to right there in the search, which is truly incredible, and it's really a podcaster's dream. So, before I get into some of what's going to be announced at Podcast Movement from Zach, who's with Google, I want to give a shout out to my friends over at Anchor. That's right. I know that came as a surprise, didn't it? Anchor, more info on the Podcast Movement. Yes, thank you so much, Larry Snow, who's one of our moderators here. You can find him at larrysnow.me. He shared the link over in chat for Podcast Movement. So, the folks at Anchor have once again done something revolutionary. And every time I say, oh gosh, I'm not Anchor, you know, there's this reason not to use Anchor, and there's that reason not to use Anchor. But guess what? The reasons to use Anchor outweigh the reasons not to use Anchor. And I'll tell you why. I just got an email from them yesterday that my podcast is listed in Spotify. I didn't have to lift a finger. I didn't have to fill out a form. I didn't have to wait for a submission process, which I would have to do with any other host, by the way. As of today, July the 7th, 2018, I would have been on a waiting list, because they literally stopped taking podcasts into their directory. But I didn't even have to ask Anchor to submit my podcast. to Spotify, and it's there. It's also on Google Podcasts. It's also on an app called Breaker, which I never even heard of before. Okay? Aunt Capone is saying, yep, me too. So if you have a podcast on Anchor, double check. You may have your podcast listed there as well. I counted them. There are in total 10 places where your podcast can be found with Anchor. And this is super important because it's time consuming. It is time consuming submitting your show to all these different places and finding out where it can be heard and sharing all these different links. And because Anchor has this landing page that you can send people to, for me, it's anchor.fm/Eileen, Ileane. And I just tweeted out, if you go over to my Twitter, you'll see the screenshot that I took from the Anchor landing page, which lists all the places that my podcast is now available. And I'll try to see if I can bring it up quickly because, you know, I'm on the Wi-Fi in two places. So let's see. Here we go. Let me just call them out. Okay, of course you can find the podcast on Anchor. And I've tried them. You remember me? Yes, no. Oh, Jay Wick. Yes, I remember you, Jay Wick. What's up, baby? Thank you so much for coming. You can find the podcast on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Google Play Music, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Public Radio, and Spotify. And in my case, you can also find it on Spreaker. Now, that's something I did on my own, but I actually asked Anchor about that distribution to Podbean because one of my friends, Avi from Ask Avi, his podcast is also on Podbean. So anyway, let's get back to the podcast movement announcement. So I was so surprised. Oh my gosh. You know, guys, I listen to these podcasts because I know you guys don't have time. Did Anchor do the categories and require artwork as well? Anchor has done everything, Larry. They've done everything. If you go to my anchor.fm, click on any of those links that I just mentioned, you'll see whether I'm in a category or not. But my artwork is there, and I'm a happy camper. I don't even know the categories on Spotify because I don't listen to podcasts that way. But I know it's a great way for people to discover podcasts. Not as great as Google, don't get me wrong. But because so many people use Spotify for music, I don't even use Spotify for music. But I know that there are some of my potential listeners out there that do. So let's hope they listen to The Anchor Show, which is the name of my Anchor podcast. Okay, I'm missing week and I moved to CA. I believe you mean California, not Canada. I'm not sure. So I hope you're missing week 1000. That part I don't understand, Jay Wick, but thanks for the info and I hope all is well with your move. Okay, so now, with this interview, like I said, I watch these podcasts, in this case, the New Media Show. When I say watch, it's a podcast, but you can watch it on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live. And, you know, Ask the Podcast Coach and the Podcaster Studios. These are all podcasts that are like multi-streamed or they're multifaceted, and you can watch a video or you can just listen to the audio, okay? And so Tish Rosales says she uses Spotify Premium. See what I mean? I know a lot of people use Spotify Premium. I'm just not one of them. I don't even use Spotify Nomium. And the only reason I even have Spotify installed on my phone is because of Anchor. And so, you know, that used to be a thing we did back in Anchor 2.0, which you can't even integrate that stuff anymore, but that's okay. So this interview today with Zach from Google. Okay, I want you guys to pay attention here. Zach, who is on this podcasting team at Google. said that they are going to be making an announcement at Podcast Movement. Aren't you glad your girl's going to be there? About something called the Creator Program. The Creator Program. And Reefs by Veronica, hello from Houston. Thank you so much. I didn't get that hashtag, Tish. Try that again. You use Spotify Premium at the gym. Okay, I use Google Music, YouTube Music. It's YouTube, my playlist on YouTube, but they moved it over to YouTube Music, but that's another story. We're not going to cover that today. So, the Creator Program from Google is aimed at diversity in the podcasting space, because when you look at the top podcasts, these are the words, of course I'm paraphrasing, you will see that probably 75% of the top podcasts are from white men. Maybe 25% are from women, and even less are from people of color. And Google recognizes this, and Google wants to change. They want to do what they can to focus on diverse and populations that have not had exposure and the tools to podcast. And they mentioned Anchor in a very discreet and sly way, because they talked about Casey Neistat's podcast, which you guys know because you listen to your girl, that Casey Neistat's podcast is on Anchor. So that he specifically used Casey Neistat's podcast as an example of how the word of podcasting is being spread, because Casey's so popular. He has 9 million YouTube subscribers. It's probably 10 million by now, because I've been saying 9 million for 2 months now. And he's got over 1 million followers on Twitter and all of that. But I thought that was so unique that he used Casey Neistat as an example. So, it does boil down to who you know, doesn't it? Because actually, he was really talking about Anchor. In the nicest of way, since he was there with 2 of Anchor's competitors. Well, I can't really say that Rob Greenlee and Todd Cochran are competitors of Anchor, because when you have a free platform, you really kind of don't have any competitors. So anyway, and as we know, Anchor's free, and those other 2, well, Spreaker does have a free version. All right, so more on the Creator Program that's being offered by Google as soon as the announcement is made. In fact, they weren't even 100% sure about the schedule of when his talk is going to happen at Podcast Movement. And I heard this mentioned in a couple of different podcasts, you know, like maybe they should move it to being like a keynote, so that everybody can attend and people don't have to feel like, well, if their presentation is at the same time as the Google presentation or the Google announcement, then they won't have anybody in their room, which is quite likely. Now, I don't know how large the room is going to be where Zach's presentation is going to be held. However, your girl is going to get there early, because y'all know how early I get at places, right? So no matter what time they have it, I'm going to be there early. You know, the gods permitting, or God permitting, and so that I will get my seat or my spot, so that I can get y'all more of the information. Because when they start talking about diversity, guess who's going to have her hand up and saying, yeah, that's right, the black boomer demographic over here, female. What? Say what? And my daughter's going to be next to me. Yeah, and the millennial black woman demographic, entrepreneur, real estate. Come on, what y'all got for us? We will be waiting for the handout, Zach. Thank you very much, Mr. Google. Oh, I think I missed a couple comments. And y'all know I'm just kidding, but not really. Jay Wick said bye. Bye, Jay Wick. Eileen, is this public for me to share on my Facebook timeline? Absolutely. This is a regular YouTube live stream. Absolutely. Please share, my dear. And Beauty said, is it on the schedule? It is on the schedule, though, Eileen. At least on the website. Yes, it's on the schedule, but the time is debatable. Now, they may have put it in there at a time, but I'm not sure if you heard that, because I actually got there late for the live stream today, so I had to rewatch it, and that's why I'm coming to you guys a little later. Like that interview was over maybe about a half an hour ago, or no, more than that, probably about 45 minutes ago. But I also had to set up everything out here in the lawn, on the lawn. And so I had to rewatch it. And he specifically said the time is not set in stone. These aren't his exact words, but this is what he said. So it's either going to be Tuesday or Thursday. Now that's ironic. He ruled out Wednesday because I was talking to my AWeber friends, and I said that I was going to try to find one day that I wouldn't go to Podcast Movement, okay? Because I'm actually taking vacation from work, and I thought it would be nice for me to have just one day that I would be off and not go, like, because I know how to podcast, right? So they invited me to their party, and their party is on Wednesday. So it was Eric from AWeber as well as Tom from AWeber both said, okay, well then don't make that day that you take off Wednesday, because Wednesday you're coming to the party. And I was like, oh, of course I'm coming to the party. Yes, yeah, that's right. Y'all know how I am with the AWeber people. Shout out to AWeber. Love y'all. Okay, so I think we're done with podcasting, unless there are more questions. And I don't see any questions. So great. Let's move on to our social media news. Well, it's not 100% news, because we kind of covered this topic on a previous live stream, but there's no way I can go without talking about Instagram TV. Instagram TV. OMG. It's Wendy. Woo! See what I do for y'all? I let my super cute Saturday blow away in the wind because I love y'all so much. All right. So, the Instagram Creator Handbook. Who's got their hands on this little thingy? The Instagram Creator Handbook. I understand that it was Matt Navarra. I think he's with TechCrunch. Well, anyway, Matt Navarra, he's an entity all in himself. He's got his own branding. It doesn't matter who he works for. He breaks all the news. And I understand that this Instagram Creator Handbook was something that he's the one who first found out about it and then shared the news. Then Social Media Examiner talked about it, and then also Buffer talked about it on their podcast. And so in this handbook, Creator Handbook, I want you guys to download it. Of course, I will put the link in the description to this video. And it's giving us some best practices. Let me just read out to you. This is official from Instagram, okay? This handbook and the list of apps and accessories below have been provided for information only. Instagram does not endorse or sponsor and is not affiliated with these apps, app developers, or accessory makers identified in this handbook. You should independently determine whether the apps, blah, 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 blah. So that was a disclaimer. Sorry, that was a disclaimer. I shouldn't have read that much of it. Okay, introduction. Let me just show you. Okay, so they talk about apps and tools for capturing, for editing, accessories for uploading, mobile, desktop. Be there first. OMG. They really want us to use Instagram, especially Instagram TV. When they start talking about be there first, I didn't even read this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. but they're talking about IGTV in this. And this 9:16 ratio. Now, I've been saying that, you know, I'm not a fan of people repurposing their YouTube content and putting it up on Instagram. Can somebody please type something in the chat, because it looked like the last chat that I see is from Beauty Bubble. I don't see anybody saying anything else. I just want to make sure that all is well with my connection and with, looks like my countdown is going. Okay, great. Andrew, otherwise known as the CYA clause. Mr. Hatchet, thank you so much for coming. So you guys know I've been saying from the very beginning that I'm not a fan of people repurposing their YouTubes over there on, okay, you guys are all, the chat is moving, it's just fine, over on Instagram TV. So my moderators are here, yay! So, a lot of people now are coming out in agreement with me. You know, the first week or the first couple days, you saw nothing but tutorials about how to convert your YouTube over to IGTV. YouTube against IGTV. They're two different things, people. However, things got a little bit more interesting with something that I alluded to before. And that is, and Veronica says she's still there too. Hey guys, make sure you all connecting with each other, because I don't know if you guys are connected with Reef by Veronica. I bet she's got some fantastic Reef making tutorials over there. Click on those 3 dots at the end of the comment, and then you'll see go to channel, connect with each other, follow each other, and all that good stuff. Okay, so YouTube had hinted at this way back at VidCon last year, that they were going to make it so that even vertical video would show up fine when you're watching it on YouTube without the black bars. Okay, they hinted at it again, and I'm like, when is that going to start happening? They keep hinting and hinting. Well, last night I saw it for the very first time. Okay, I saw it for the very first time. So you can be watching someone whose video you know was shot in vertical video, and it will fill up only on mobile. Only on mobile. Those black bars that I could tell were still there on the desktop, but it looks so cool on mobile. So now what does that mean? That means think of it the other way around. Flip the script, people. Repurpose your Instagram IGTV on YouTube. Not take YouTube and put it on IGTV. Take your IGTV and put it on YouTube. So here's an example. And first it's going to be hard because, you know, the reflections and all that stuff. But you could kind of see this video right here. Her name is Angela Jordan, okay? And it looks like she took maybe a Periscope or something like that. I'm not sure, okay? Because I wasn't worried about the content. I got so excited when I saw, you can see the black bars when you're looking at the thumbnail, right? Black bars on both sides. But however, when I go to play her video, it goes like this, all right? And then there's even one of those expansion icons at the bottom right. And I expanded it, and look, it took up the whole entire screen. Thank you, Angela, for being the demo, you know. And when I saw that last night, I was like, what? Amazing. So it takes up the entire screen on YouTube. On YouTube. So vertical video is a thing now on YouTube. I'm sorry, Instagram. Don't want to kill your thunder. And you think you were the first one talking about vertical video. No, YouTube. They finally implemented. They've been talking about it for over a year. It just took them all this time to get it together. So now you guys can start making vertical video and knowing that it's going to look fine on mobile. Now, of course, if you look into your analytics and you see that you have more desktop viewers of your videos, then you want to go ahead. Now, like for example, if I wasn't, a live streamer and I just wanted to record all this information that I'm sharing with you in a vertical format, I would go ahead and upload this to YouTube in the vertical format, because I know that people that are going to be watching this will be consuming it on their phones. And because I'm not doing my typical tutorials where I'm doing screen shares and showing details and all that stuff, even though I did just do a screen share, but that was a IRL screen share. All right, the sun is moving around, so I'm going to move around a little bit too. Guys, oh my God, it's such a gorgeous day. I just could not fathom sitting in there on the computer. Oh, take a look at this. See this? If you remember, there was a song by a group called I Am a Camera. And around that same time, I used to sell Avon. And this was in the Avon book. And I've had this pen, it's got to be over 20 years, okay? Because, I've been working at my job for 35 years. So, yeah, I was into using the camera and photography. Not real photography. Point and shoot cameras. Let's be real. So anyway, I am a camera. So, hey, Tiffany Copeland, how are you? You're welcome for the shout out, Veronica. Okay, so we've covered our podcasting, we've covered our social media, and we also blended in our YouTube tips. Of course, we got to do that. And so now, let's talk about live streaming. OMG. Twitch, one of my favorite platforms right now. In case you did not know, I am live streaming on Twitch every day. Oh, there's a car coming by. I want to make sure you can hear this. And just to give you a little bit of an announcement, I don't know if you remember this old joke. Wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it go.
Welcome to the morning talk show. Start your day with Miss Eileen. So glad you joined us here on Twitch. It's a daily live stream.
Thank you very much. That was silly. I pointed it at the wrong place. I forgot I had my... Look, we're going to have to do it again. Sorry.
Welcome to the morning talk show. Start your day with Miss Eileen. So glad you joined us here on Twitch. It's a daily live stream.
Okay, you probably heard it a little bit better there, and it's pinned at the top of my Twitter. Paging Mr. DeMille. Ready for the close-up? Tiffany said, get it then. I am recording my jingle this week, Eileen Smith. Okay, beauty, great. So I started this jingle, and it's so funny because people love it. When I'm over on Twitch, and Shirley Hussar says, love it. And of course, the Nightbot loves it. True Royal Family said, cool. Oh, thank you. I can sing. I sing in the shower. And so I think I probably just got out the shower when I sang this. So they will ask me to play that over and over and over again, and to the point where it actually gets on my nerves sometimes. I'm like, okay, y'all want to hear it again? Okay. It's only 17 seconds. So I'm going to ask my friend, Mr. Rodney. He's actually sitting across the street with one of his friends, listening to some cool jazz music. And, you know, he plays the flute as well as the saxophone. So I asked him to put some flute music to that. And then we'll add some more lyrics whenever that gets done. So Twitch, they have made some updates to their live streaming platform. And one of the things that they're doing is something, and I think I talked about that here on we need a jingle contest. The Royal Family 17, yes, 17 seconds. I think we talked about some of this before, but I do so much live streaming. One of my neighbors is being rude, sorry. About how these platforms kind of start trying to copy each other's features. But Twitch has this thing called premieres. And with the premieres, you actually upload a video. So even though everybody knows Twitch for being a live streaming platform, they are, I think it's an experimental feature, because they actually sent me a survey. I don't know, Beauty, when you logged in, did you get a survey from Twitch? When you go to your dashboard, I got a little survey that said, and they only ask you one question: have you ever planned a watch party? And you know, Facebook uses that terminology when you do that on a Facebook group, a watch party with your fans or your viewers. And they wanted to know how it went and all that. Now, what I've done is I've done that with my patrons on Patreon over on a site called Crowdcast. Now, Crowdcast, and when I get into live streaming, guys, y'all know my live streaming knowledge runs deep. I really should write a book. I was thinking about this the other day, because Crowdcast lets you stream on multiple platforms. Do you do collab videos on other channels? I would love to have you on my show. Oh, thank you, Shirley. That sounds like a great idea. Let's get in touch. I tell you what, send me an email. And this is for anybody who wants to send me an email. Jot down this link. It's Eileen.link/contact. And I'll spell it ILEANE.link/contact. And that will generate a little form over there on my Lips and Podcast, and you can send me an email that way, and then that way we can communicate back and forth about it. Okay. And all right, and you gave me your email. Good. All right. I hope I don't lose it, because remember, I'm on live, so we'll get together. So hopefully you took my information as well, and I'll look out for Shirley Huzar. And I'm not sure if I'm saying your last name correctly or not. We'll get it together, because I'll probably spend some time watching your videos. What kind of content do you cover on your YouTube channel, Shirley? I like to do collabs. Now, speaking of Crowdcast and collabs over there, because we're talking live streaming, right? So Crowdcast is a platform that you can use to stream to an audience that you've invited. You could do webinars, you could do paid events. Oh, cute pen, Eileen. I was at Avon for 21 years, and I do remember that camera pen. See, I know. And you know what? Avon is such good quality, guys. It has not tarnished, not one bit. So, anyway, they don't make them like they used to, though. You know that's right. So you can use Crowdcast. It reminds me of a tool that we used to use called Huzzah. But if you don't know what Huzzah was, that won't help you. But you can bring guests on. And for example, Larry Snow, who's here, Andrew Hatchett, who's here, have come on with me on my Crowdcast. And because now they have this multi-stream integration, oh, who saw her? Who saw her? Shirley, who saw her? Oh my goodness, I never would have thought to pronounce it that way. You can also be live on Twitch, Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube all at the same time with Crowdcast. They did something yesterday called a powwow. And in their powwow, they started talking about some of the new features that they have. And one that I like is the fact that you can have HD quality on the playback of your videos. And they also made it so when you're screen sharing, that split screen has a much better look to it. And they actually had 4 of their Crowdcast staff on at the same time, and it looked very cool. It was very similar to the old school BLAB hangouts that we used to do. That we all spent so much time on, and a lot of us here got to know each other. So it even has a better look than what Google Hangouts, aka Google Live Events, looks like, because with Google Live Events, the other attendees are always down in the little squares at the bottom. You never can get it so that all 4 are stacked. And so that's an update coming to Crowdcast. Now, if it wasn't such a gorgeous day and I was in the house on the computer, then I probably would have went live on Crowdcast today, since the topic was more like news and updates, because I know I'm not the only one that has news and updates to share. In fact, my friend Larry Snow, he does a flash briefing, he does a security news, and then also our friend Andrew Hatchett, he does the Zoom testing. He has become a Zoom master. And then my dear Beauty Bubble, she keeps us up to date with what's going on with the current markets, and in particular Bitcoin and all those other coins, Litecoin and all that stuff. That goes completely over my head. Zoom can get 49 on screen. Gets a bit wild. See what I mean? That's way too many people. You know, and apparently we're going to be able to have this chat. Oh, speaking of chat, got to go back to Instagram. Instagram is now going to have this chat. I haven't done it yet, and I sure hope nobody tries to call me. But you can do a chat with your friends, a live video chat with your friends on Instagram. And a lot of people probably aren't talking about it because it's kind of like, oh, why would I want to do that? I don't know. Like I said, a lot of these platforms are just trying to, you know, like cover all the ground and make sure that they have all the features that other people may go to other apps for. And, you know, like even with Zoom, because there's another platform, Blue Jeans is another live streaming platform that allows you to have all these people. But why? That's too many. Nobody knows when to talk and when not to talk. And if you're not talking or contributing as part of a panel of some sort, then why be on cam? You know what I'm saying? You might as well just you can be in the audience, have your cam off, taking your notes or whatever, typing into a chat. Everybody can't talk at the same time. So to me, that's kind of wonky. I guess it's just because you can do it. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Sure. Oh, sure. On my platform, I talk about Black generational wealth, the fate of Black people, or because I don't think you mean the fake of Black people. You probably mean the fate. You know, that is one of my daughter's missions, to talk to first generation entrepreneurs and to instruct them and help them with building generational wealth. In her case, it's through real estate investing, but she also coaches entrepreneurs. She's sort of kind of shifted over into just the real estate, but that is part of her mantra is for first generation entrepreneurs and to help to build generational wealth. So check her out, Nicole Purvey at Better Than Success. And speaking of podcasts, the girl's podcast is off the hook. if I must say so myself. Being paged. Ribs are calling me. All right, Andrew, go ahead and eat you some ribs. Okay, so I think that we have kind of covered what I wanted to cover today, but I know that, there's so many updates going on. Let's talk a little bit more about YouTube. Okay, and the changes coming to the monetizations over on YouTube, because YouTube is kind of picking up and seeing what's worked on other platforms. What's the name of her podcast? Better Than Success. Better Than Success podcast. And actually, this show is sponsored by Better Than Success. Find it at betterthansuccess.com. Find a YouTube at youtube.com/betterthansuccess. On Instagram, Better Than Success. And on Twitter, there's a character limit, so it's Better Success. And it's also sponsored by the Anti-Hustle book. Oh, I'm wonderful. Oh, thank you, sweetie. The Anti-Hustle book, which is the book that was authored by my daughter, and which may be the subject of a panel at a huge upcoming conference. And I'm not going to say what conference it is, because I don't think all the I's have been dotted and all the T's have been crossed. But I did get forwarded a text from someone asking if my daughter would be on a panel at a huge event. Oh, Tish said, yep, powwow. BTS podcast archives. Oh, thank you, Larry. Oh, good. I don't have to try to bring it up on the iPhone 6. Thank you so much, Larry. Thank you. So, yeah, she changed the homepage. If anybody, I know most of my friends are used to me showing off her website. Well, she changed it again. And, my daughter doesn't do web design anymore. So, I guess because she actually did the website this time instead of the web, she kind of transitioned and removed that part of her business. So she no longer needed the webmaster that she had on staff. And so I guess she went in there and did her own little, because she knows how, she got those skills too. She just wasn't using them. But of course she will use them on her own site now. It's funny because someone reached out to me on my voicemail. By the way, if anybody ever wants to leave me a voicemail, it's eileen.link/voicemail. So anyway, this fellow reached out to me on voicemail, left me 4 voicemails, and he wants me to help him start a blog. I thought that was so funny. Because, I don't know, I'm not sure how he even found my voicemail. Because even when I was really heavily into blogging, okay, I have basic blog tips, have tons of tutorials over there. I never set up blogs for people. But I guess people think I know how to do that stuff. And I probably do, but you probably couldn't afford to pay me to do it, because I don't even want to do maintenance on my own blog these days. Let me knock on wood. Okay, so YouTube taking some of the features from Patreon. Yeah, I'm just going to call it like I see it. They have this sponsorships, which they are testing. Why they got to test this stuff only with people with 100,000 subscribers, I don't know. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. I would love to have you on a panel in Los Angeles in October 20th and 27th. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can tell you that right now, Shirley. I would love to come to Los Angeles, but it's not going to happen. Not this year. Maybe next year. It's something for me to look forward to, but I'm not going to be doing any extensive traveling or even, travel past maybe DC here because I'm in Philly, and you know, in 2017 I went to LA, and although I had a great time and I made some great connections, and I went to San Diego. Did I say LA? I didn't mean to say that. I went to CA and made some great connections. In the grand scheme of things, it was kind of like, okay, been there, done that, and I'm good. I'm cool. And I'm in Philly. I'm in Philadelphia. So that's why I'm so glad that podcast movement is coming here this year. And so podcast movement is going to be in Philadelphia. Yay! So all I have to do is decide, am I going to take an Uber or do I want to pay for parking? And if I really want to get brave and be cheap, I can literally drive to the what they call the subway, which is what I used to take to work every day for years. Now I think I'm too cute to get on the subway. But my friend, Mr. Rodney, he gets on the subway sometimes. He has to take care of business. So he goes in town to City Hall and things like that, because he's an entrepreneur as well. And, you know, he'll go to City Hall and he'll just park his car and get on the subway. It costs about maybe $3, $4. Back when I used to catch it, it was like 85 cents. And then if you want to transfer, you pay 15 more. Now I think they just say, look, you just give us $4, $5 and you can ride all day. So anyway, I may end up doing that. I'm not sure. We'll see. And then also my daughter has this amazing apartment. And so if anything, I may just spend the night with her one night. I don't know which night it's going to be. And then I'll, you know, just ride with her however she gets there. Would you come to a panel in DC? We do events there as well. DC is doable. Yes, but in 2019. I'm good for 2018. I'm done. You know, that's why I said I'm glad Podcast Movement is coming here. Because first of all, the reason why I say I'm done, I don't have any more time to take off. Because I'm taking a whole week for Podcast Movement. And even though I have a lot of weeks because I've been at my job so long, I take them in days, you know. So I'm always taking days off. And Carrot Croquette. Hey! Zoe Brings Bacon on Twitch. Oh, how you doing? I did not realize that you were one and the same. Oh my gosh. So great to have my Twitch friends here on YouTube. Yay! So did you meet me on Twitch first or here on YouTube? I think we already knew each other here. Now that I can put two and two together, that Carrot Crochet is the same as Zoe Brings Bacon. Now that I put those two things together, I think I met you here on YouTube first. So, okay, let's get back on topic about YouTube and these new features, new monetization features rolling out. The merchandise. Now, for the merchandise, you can have 10,000 subscribers, which is still, you know, it's interesting. I saw you first here quite a while ago. Yeah, I thought so. I thought that name, crochet, because I used to crochet. Actually, reason I stopped crocheting is because my hands started cramping up when I would crochet. But I still have yarn and crochet needles and all. I used to knit too, but I always thought crochet was funner because crochet is just so quick. You know, with the needles, I don't know. Crochet to me was cool. Knitting was more like old school. And that's probably not the case. They probably both came out around the same time. So, you know, I find that sometimes the levels that YouTube, when they do decide that they want to roll out things based on your number of subscribers, I gotta be honest, YouTube, if you're listening, I kind of think it's unfair. I think it's unfair to always base all of the perks on subscriber levels, because that's a shame. I find crochet is quicker and easier, but I knit too. Yeah, crochet is easier, and that's what made it to me funner. But both of them started cramping up my hands, so oh well. So I think that, a lot of YouTubers are under so much pressure. Let me give you an example. Like I started talking about Twitch. For your first achievement level on Twitch, you really need 50 followers. Now, in my mind, 50, it took me a while to get to 50. But I can see that it is absolutely doable and without like stressing yourself out. For you to get 10,000 followers on YouTube, you have to spend a lot of time and dedicate a lot of resources towards your YouTube channel to make it to 10,000 subscribers. Now, every now and then there's somebody who just knocks it out the park, or maybe they have a connection and they can kind of coast along. But for the most part, people are struggling. Yes, you are right. YouTube would be better if they would let the smaller groups grow. Yeah, and even if they kind of switch things up and said instead of your number of subscribers, maybe it would be based on, this is one thing that Twitch does, then the number of hours that you live stream. Why can't they do that? Then that way it could be open to anybody. That person is showing that they're dedicated, committed to the platform because of the amount of time that they stream, and it makes it so that anybody can take advantage of the perks, even if they don't have subscribers. They can have, let's face it, they can have pretty crappy content, but everybody starts off with crappy content, right? Everybody. Even if you're a video creator or you come over to YouTube, your content may still be crappy because you're not adapting your content for the context of the audience. Oh my gosh, 10K is crazy. Have to do collabs and watch other people's shows and support each other. Yeah, we do. Absolutely. Do many people think Twitch is still only for video live streaming? Well, yes. I gotta say, even though I was talking earlier about the premieres, most people are seeing Twitch as a live streaming platform, and I think even Twitch is having a bit of an identity crisis with the premieres. I mentioned earlier before you got here, Carrot, that they sent me a survey. It was just a one-question survey, or maybe based on the answer that I gave to the question, only got one question. And it was a short survey, but they're trying to find their way around making what they call VOD, video on demand, meaning you can watch replays or uploaded content, or what they call premieres, where you're telling everybody, hey, I got this great thing. You live stream about it to let everybody know. It's going to be Saturday at 3:42 p.m. Be there. I'm going to be showing whatever. I'm going to be playing my new jingle. I meant game videos on Twitch. Okay, now, as far as the game videos on Twitch, great question, because I definitely see Twitch making a lot of progress to educate people that Twitch is not just for gaming. Now, the general mass of people that even know what Twitch is think it's a gaming platform, but creators and especially creatives are finding that there is a lot beyond just gaming on Twitch. So, with the creatives, with folks like myself who do talk shows, my friend Beauty Bubble here who does talk shows, and IRLs, like I may do an IRL. I did an IRL this morning. Actually, I forgot to change my category. This morning, I did a serious behind the scenes this morning before I went to the hairdresser. Whew, I was a wicked hot mess. Even Mr. Rodney came in and laughed at me like, I can't believe you're on camera looking like that. You need to go to new black spot. Afro Social Networking is a solutions-based, full-spectrum social community built to connect, unify, and empower melanated people for social media. All right, I like that Rob Barb, I love your videos. Oh, hi, Rob. How are you? Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I am looking forward to, speaking of the diversity and, you know, African Americans and blacks being digital media creators. I can definitely see Twitch making strides for that. They did the whole thing last month with the LGBT pride community. Like, some people were just putting up little banners and things like that. Twitch was doing a whole push for that. They changed the emotes on the site. They talked about in their what they call the Twitch Weekly program, and they were featuring some of those creators in their weekly videos. You know, YouTube did a little something, you know, and but YouTube has also had to come out and apologize for some things that did not, where they were not the advertising that was coming on that was that was offensive to the LGBT community. So YouTube still got some work to do. Most of the stuff I watch on Twitch are talk shows, some gaming too, but mostly IRL type stuff. Yeah, IRL community is way bigger than the creatives. So it's interesting because I think that creatives seems a little bit more limiting, whereas IRL can kind of like cover just about everything. I mean, I see just about most of the stuff that I see in the IRL is really a talk show. But I don't know. In fact, I think I'm going to start using IRL more often because I just think more people are hanging out there. But oh well. And Tish says she loves crocheting too. Rob said, I'm doing great. Sorry I haven't caught you live in a while. That's okay, hon. Anytime that you catch me is great. And oh, hey, how you doing? I'm on a live stream. That's Rodney's sister Rhonda. She carrying somebody's baby. Look, or she got a baby carriage of some sort. So she probably doesn't realize I'm on live stream, because who would? They think I'm just sitting out here on my front lawn. They don't know I got all you guys here with me. Do you see any musicians on the platform? Oh yeah. In fact, I was auto hosting. There's a ton of musicians, but there's one that I actually got friendly with. His name is Petra Vita, and he is on a mission to create a song a day for 365 days. And so the name of his stream will always be Song a Day for a year, and then it's like day number 172 of 365. And so yeah, she might think I'm talking to myself, or she might think I'm recording a video not realizing that I'm live. So yeah, a lot of musicians. And there's another station that I follow. Okay, did I say his name was Petra Vita? Petra Vita Music. He's an incredible musician, and he has already entered some contests and won contests, and he's got music that's officially for sale on Amazon Music and on SoundCloud and on those other little platforms. And Babel Music is a channel that I follow. I've told folks about it because they stream 24/7, and they feature all different kinds of artists, different kinds of music. Folk music one day, hip hop the next. Well, I shouldn't say one day. Like 1 hour you'll be watching, there'll be a live concert. Then it may be just a solo pianist. Then it could be some other event that's out, you know. Just amazing channel, all kinds of different artists. And there's a music guy on Twitch I like, mostly because he has the same followers and other shows I watch. Mike TV. Okay, I haven't ran across Mike TV, but I will check him out. Yeah, and you know, like I was saying, some of those things that Twitch has that YouTube is trying to, because I talked about the Patreon things that they were trying to take with the memberships and the $4.99 you pay to be a member. First they called them sponsorships, now they're calling them memberships. They're also trying to capitalize on the premieres, which kind of makes more sense to have a premiere on YouTube than it does on Twitch, only because people think of live streaming on Twitch and not premieres, whereas people think of uploaded content on YouTube. And some folks think about live like us. Like everybody hanging out in this room, hanging out with me, we think about live streaming, but most people don't. They think about uploaded content. So this other thing that Twitch does that YouTube is trying to capitalize on, let me see if I can get my thought of what that was. Because YouTube came out with the merch. Okay, merchandise. Now, this is something that Patreon does well and Twitch does well with the merchandise, right? Your t-shirts, your hoodies, your hats, your coffee mugs, and all that. You know, a lot of the extensions that we can use over on Twitch are very similar to the way this is being rolled out on YouTube, where you're going to have that. And I think maybe that's the thing that you need 10,000 subscribers for, the merch. What I said earlier, you probably need 100,000 subscribers for. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to have any of that stuff. I'm not like working up to trying to get that stuff on YouTube. Oh, here comes the ice cream man. Can y'all hear the ice cream man? Everything was cool. I ain't have nobody trying to cut the lawns down. But here come the ice cream man. Veronica had to go. Enjoy it. Get ready for my FB Live. Okay, sweetie. All right, I'm going to move up, guys. Because that sun just got into my eyes. And moving up might not be an easy thing for me to do. Easier said than done. How about if I just lean up? Okay. Mike TV plays guitar and sings all his own songs. Some are a little X-rated, just to warn you. Hi. And so, yeah, so Mike TV, I may check him out. Now, Petra Vida, he sometimes curses in his music too. And the music that he's making, he actually shows, he's using digital media, digital software, digital audio recording stations. They call them DAW. Digital audio workstations, DAW. He's using more than one. And he shares the screens. He uses OBS. And he shares the screens where you can hear him making his loops. And he brings in the background. And, you know, he's got his rap. So, I don't think he sings. I've actually never heard him sing. Yeah, he sings. He sings. I take that back. I have heard him sing. He sings, but he sings like a rap style singing. You know, not like Johnny Mathis or anything like that. You can hear the ice cream man too. I know, he's annoying. I heard someone say they were told by their parents that they heard the ice cream jingle. I meant the guy was out of ice cream. That was cruel. Yes, it is cruel. You know, and I hope YouTube doesn't try to. I may have to edit this video down because of this darn ice cream man. It's annoying as heck. And when he comes, he usually tries to park on this block because he's on a block over, okay? He usually tries to park on this block because there's a lot of kids around here, and they will come out and they will wait for him. And then he's playing the whole time that he's serving the ice cream. So he may cause us to end the stream. Gosh darn it. And it's such a beautiful day. Okay, that's awesome. Will I be able to replay the live so I can get the gems in this video? Oh, absolutely, Rob. Thank you so much for saying that. Yes, you will be able to replay this video. And you can barely hear him now. Yeah, because, hey, Arthur, how are you? Snuck in there. It's not a problem. Not yet. Yeah, he didn't get on my block yet. I heard him in the distance, but he's getting here. And so we'll see what happens when he gets over here. So anyway, guys, you know, we just have so many opportunities for content creation here. Like I said, with the podcasting, I started talking about IGTV. You know, we can all utilize that now. Of course, Facebook, I don't even want to start talking about Facebook because Facebook is just all over the place. They're more all over the place than I am. You know, the live streaming options, and you know, live streaming, if you have never tried it before, I highly encourage you to try it. You guys have seen how much fun it's been for us to have this conversation. I'm on my front lawn, Arthur, to have this conversation with you guys in the chat. You guys can chat amongst yourselves. You can ask me questions. You can just comment on what I've said. You know, feel free to let everybody know. You can connect with each other. Like I said before, click those 3 dots at the end of someone's comment and go to their channel. Follow one another. It's just absolutely brilliant. I will say YouTube has been making it hard for musicians, and I'm glad that Twitch allowing us a chance, and Facebook is getting insane. You know, and this is why I gravitated toward Twitch. You know, a friend of mine, Alfredo Tigolo, most of the folks that are in this room, well, half of you guys know Alfredo. And Alfredo had been talking to me about Twitch. And I kind of thought, you know, because he does gaming. And, you know, he has little ones. And so one of his son, I think he's about 10 years old, and they were on playing games and stuff. And so I thought, and then I'm not sure if Alfredo's the one that told me, or if I heard from someone else, that they had this creatives community. And so I said, okay, and plus they have an app. And because you guys know I just love me some live streaming, and when I found out Twitch had a mobile app, but later on I found out their mobile app wasn't all that great. The one that I'm using now is the Streamlabs app, and I definitely wanted to tell you guys about that and give them a shout out too, because this wouldn't be possible without the Streamlabs app, and they're giving me a great connection as well. The Streamlabs app you can use on Twitch, YouTube, or on Mixer. You also could use it on Facebook, but you got to jump through a bunch of hoops and grab the stream key and all that stuff and copy and paste it over into the app. It's not worth it. You might as well just use the Facebook app. But for YouTube, this has been great for me. Now, if I wanted to, I could also add in my logo on screen. I just didn't want to. I'm fine with that. You guys all know me, ILEANE. I played my jingle, right? You know, for those of y'all that didn't hear the jingle, head over to my Twitter. It's pinned at the top of my Twitter. And you'll hear my little 17-second jingle from Twitch. But Twitch has, like you said, like Rob said, a lot of opportunities for musicians and other creatives, and they realize that it makes sense for them to expand beyond gaming, because gaming, it only appeals to a certain kind of audience. And there's other people that like gaming, but they still also want to expand their content and explore other venues, you know, like music if you're a musician. Facebook is like a lost child wandering through Toys R Us. Saying, and the mom is yelling for the kid, Johnny, Johnny. And the kid is just walking around like, oh, there's some G.I. Joes. Let me just smash them with my Legos. You know. And so one thing I will say for Facebook, they were very, very smart to buy Instagram. And even, you know, they tried to buy Snapchat, but they were very smart to just hire the best developers that they could, that could develop their version of Snapchat when they realized they couldn't purchase Snapchat. And Eileen, can you get me an ice cream? I'll send you the money later, honest. Y'all are too cute. Oh my gosh. And I think he's down the street now. And the young lady, if you guys heard me speak to someone that walked by that was a young lady, and I think she was just plotting. She stayed on my corner because I live in a corner house. She stood there plotting like, which way is he going? All right, so I'm going to attempt something. I'm going to attempt to get up. And things are going to get a little wonky, so bear with me, okay, guys? Don't go anywhere, though. I'm not going to stop the stream. All right, I got to put the phone down. I'm going to attempt to go back in the house because he's only going to get louder and louder. So if you have a few minutes, hang with me. All right, I'm going to go back out there and get the rest of my stuff. I'm coming. One more trip. I shouldn't have took so much stuff outside with me, huh? I'm coming, guys. Okay, so what I'm doing now is setting up the tripod on the inside of the house. But boy, oh boy, was it great being out there. I know you can barely hear me, but almost ready. Where did I put my drink? Oh, it's over there. Okay, let's get that in position. Is anybody still there? Yes, you're still there. I love you. I love you guys. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Now, I forgot. I said I need to grab my drink. What did I do? Didn't grab the drink. Okay. So, what I would like to talk about, finish things up here, I actually made a list. Oh, late night Instagram. Oh my gosh, watch out for X-rated people. Yeah, I came back, Rob. And I am so blessed to have folks like you who actually hung in there and are still here with me. So for that, I'm going to give you guys a special treat. What I did was I started compiling a list of things that were unique to each platform. Things that are unique to Twitch and things that are unique to YouTube. Hang on one second. You can still hear that darn ice cream man. It's just that he's outside. And I turn my air on now. Hey, Richard. Oh, my gosh. Hi. Yes, I'm still here, Larry. So, why it's important to know what's different between these platforms. Because you might be trying to evaluate which platform are you going to use, right? There's so many of them now. And how do you kind of like determine which one is right for you? Okay, so which one do you want to hear first? What makes YouTube unique? Type 1. What makes Twitch unique? Type 2. So you want to hear about YouTube? Type 1. If you want to hear about Twitch, type 2. YouTube 1, Twitch 2. YouTube 1, Twitch 2. YouTube 1, Twitch 2. I know there's a delay, so I'm sitting here waiting. Oh, and you can hear how close the ice cream man is now too, right? He was literally driving right by where I was sitting outside. Okay, 1. YouTube is 1. All right. YouTube. 10 ways YouTube is unique. Okay. Now, 1 or 2. Hush, Larry. Everybody said 1. Oh, we're going to do both. I just didn't know which one you wanted to do first. So we're going to do YouTube first. And I titled this document 10 things that make YouTube unique. And I wound up with 17 things. And I thought of something else earlier today, but I didn't write it down. But it's not unique. It's something that they share with a different platform. So I didn't put that on here. But I came up with 17 things. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work up, because I already covered some of this stuff in last week's video. So be right back, Rob. Okay, Rob, you come right back, and you're going to miss the YouTube stuff. Sorry. But you'll get the Twitch stuff, which is what you care about anyway. Yes. Don't use Twitch. Okay, Richard. We're not going to have any of that here today, Richard. We're already using Twitch. So you're too late. All right. Something that's unique about YouTube that other platforms have not implemented yet, and that is timestamps. We can easily send people to links. Now, Periscope does this, but who the heck uses it on Periscope? And people don't even know what it is. If you, and you know, that Periscope thing only really works on Twitter, but the YouTube timestamp links can just be used anywhere. Can you use YouTube on Android phones? Okay, Richard, we might have to get the moderators if you keep asking saying crazy things. Of course you can use YouTube on an Android phone. You're distracting me. All right, number 16 that is unique about YouTube. Once your channel on YouTube has been monetized and you do a video that's longer than 10 minutes, like this one, I can go in and select where I want an ad to play. In other words, my mid-roll video ads, I can determine them on YouTube. On Twitch, you have no control over the ad placement. When the ad's going to play, or what ads are going to play, and they're always going to play at the beginning of your video. Okay? And whenever somebody chimes in. So if you have viewers that are not on Twitch Prime, and by the way, since there's a lot of folks that are new here to this whole Twitch thing, if you have Amazon Prime, thank you, Shirley. Thank you so much. If you have Amazon Prime, all you have to do is connect Amazon Prime to your Twitch account, and now you have Twitch Prime. So what does that do? That means you don't have to watch any commercials on Twitch. Yay! That's almost like YouTube Red, which is now YouTube Premium. But okay, so, but if you're a YouTuber and you have your account monetized, and by the way, Larry Snow, did they give you the okay to monetize your channel yet? They must not have, because you didn't make an announcement about it. But I did hear that they had reviewed all the channels. So, or most, not all, but most of them. Okay, so that is something that we have, folks like myself whose videos have been monetized, and I have the video that's longer than 10 minutes, I can tell YouTube, here, place an ad there, place an ad there. Now, of course, that's only for people who don't have YouTube Red or YouTube Premium, and when they watching videos and they see ads, if your ad is longer than 10 minutes, they'll see multiple ads, and I can literally give them the ad placement. It's very similar to something you can do over on Spreaker if you're a podcast, and you can tell Spreaker where to place your mid-roll ads. Larry, yep, making more per video than I ever have. Nice to be included. Yay! So, Larry, you can take advantage of this. Any videos that you have that are longer than 10 minutes, and now you should really start thinking about doing live streams, because you can place those. You have ad placement control with YouTube. I'm so happy that Larry, everybody say congratulations to Larry, because his channel, he worked so hard and put out such fantastic content. He deserved to be monetized a long time ago, but I'm so glad that he has overcome any obstacles that were preventing him from being monetized. Okay, number 15 is something that most of us probably really overlook, right? You know, YouTube has, I'm sorry, I got to put these out of order. Closed captions. Closed captions are a big thing that YouTube has that nobody else has. No other platform now. Facebook, I keep hearing people say, oh, Facebook, and Facebook lets you do some things. But YouTube's closed captions are far and away way better than anything they got over there on Facebook. Okay? And in addition to those closed captions, you also have the option to have your closed captions translated right within your dashboard. Now, you do have to pay for that to get them translated, or you can put that out to the community and trust that somebody from the YouTube community will translate your captions for you for free. And, you know, I've never tested that out, but the option is available in YouTube, and nobody else has that. Okay. Your viewing history. If you're on Twitch and you know you watched somebody stream earlier today, like I showed you guys earlier today, I showed you about that vertical video thing on YouTube, right? Now, I discovered that yesterday, and I was able to go back to my YouTube history and find that video again, even though I don't even remember that young lady's name, right? And show you how vertical video works on YouTube. It was a poor man's version of me showing you because I was just holding the phone up. But history, your watch history is something that is unique to YouTube. Nobody else has it. Are y'all following me, what I'm trying to tell y'all here? When I tell y'all that YouTube has a sophisticated platform, don't get me wrong. I like Twitch. In fact, I'm enjoying the heck out of Twitch. I'm spending more time on Twitch than I am on YouTube. But I got to give YouTube props. YouTube has the most sophisticated video platform in terms of users and in terms of creators. Now, when they roll out changes, it does take them a long time because it's a massive platform. And of course, there's a lot of red tape because there's this group over here and there's that group over there, and most of the time they don't talk to each other. And then anything with technology, things could go wrong. Okay, you guys have been saying a lot of great things. Larry, same here. I had to get the 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs. Not easy. I know you worked hard, Larry. Susie, I'll leave then. Sorry. Yeah. Don't mess with the diva, Richard. Come on now. You usually come in and you're usually very helpful and stuff. But, you know, I don't even know why you asked that question about Android phones and YouTube. You know the answer to that. And Tish is saying, indeed, talking about Larry's hard work. And, yep, it makes sense. And Rob said, yes. YouTube is a very sophisticated platform. And I don't want us to take it for granted. And that's why I started making up this list. Because, like I said, all these platforms are starting to mesh together. They're starting to pull features from one to the other. So when it's time for Twitch to move up to the next level of sophistication, they need to look to my list, because I'm the only one who got this list, okay? That I know of anyway. So they need to hire me as a consultant. Thank you very much. Yes, Twitch, I'm available for consultation, especially if it's in the Philadelphia area, because I already told Shirley I wasn't traveling. All right. Your favorites. Yes, you can make favorites over on Twitch, but that's a favorite as a follower. You favorite somebody's channel, which means you're a follower. But when you favorite a video on YouTube, it gets put into a playlist of yours that nobody else can see. I guess you could make it public if you want. But everybody has your own favorites playlist so that you can go back. I probably have like 4,000 videos in my favorites. I'll vote for you to work for Twitch. Thank you so much. Yes, we're going to get together a petition and do a letter writing campaign. Okay. Oh, YouTube, I will consult for y'all too. Don't get me wrong, because I got a Twitch list that YouTube need to look at. All right. So let's try to go through this more quickly. The favoriting videos, something we all take for granted, but every time you give that little thumbs up, like you guys are going to give this video a thumbs up, right? Everybody going to give it a thumbs up, right? Okay, next, FameBit. If y'all don't know, YouTube purchased FameBit. I had already been talking about FameBit. I never actually found a sponsor on FameBit, but that was just a time thing. if I had more time and if I wanted to really pursue sponsorship, for me, affiliate marketing is much easier, especially using Amazon and TubeBuddy, and it keeps the checks coming in, you know, every month. Then I'm okay. But FameBit is a way to connect sponsors, brands with creators, and you can make money even with a small channel. I don't believe in saying small YouTubers, but I will say your channel is smaller because you have less viewers or less views or whatever. But if you're in the right target audience, you can connect with brands using FameBit. YouTube brought FameBit about 2 years ago, or maybe it's going on 3 years now, and they're adding new features to it. They kind of revamped the profile. Look. Thumbs up Eileen. Hashtag thumbs up Eileen. Thank you, Tish. And Rob, I like the favorites so I can go back quickly. Yes, as well as with the history. History and favorites are almost the same thing, but sometimes you have something in your history. And guess what? I forgot to say this about history. If you want to delete, maybe you watch something by mistake. And you're like, no, I don't even want that in my history. Like, nobody can see your history but you, right? But you're just like, I don't even want YouTube to think that I like that kind of content, because I literally butt dialed it, you know, or whatever, you know what I mean. I literally clicked on it by mistake. You can delete from your history. You can clean up your history. Now, of course, you can do the same thing with favorites. You can go back to the video and unfavorite it. So I don't see anybody else doing that. I don't think Facebook have it. I know Twitch doesn't have it. I don't know what Periscope has that may or may not be similar. Doesn't matter. Nobody's using it anyway. YouTube. This is when I say YouTube is a sophisticated platform. I'm not just blowing smoke up YouTube's, you know what, right? I'm not just saying, those are not just words. These are things that we take for granted, and I'm not finished. Wait, I have playlists. Some are private, some public. Playlists, absolutely. Is that on my list yet? You know, playlists might not be on here. Oh my gosh, I might have to add playlists. Let me add that right now. Facebook has playlists though, but I'm still going to add it here because this is really more of a comparison of Twitch and because Facebook is not really for creators. You know, some creators are making live videos and videos over on Facebook, but Facebook, most of the people that are using Facebook videos are using it for business only. Okay. Larry says save for later. Yes, save for later. Isn't that the same as, nope, that's not the same as favorites. Watch later, they call it. And if I have that on here, I don't remember having it on here. And so I'm going to add that too. Things we take for granted. All right. So just real quick. Playlist, watch later, timestamps, ad placement, translations of closed captions, two separate things, closed captions and translations of closed captions, history, favorites, FameBit, YouTube Space, and Creators Day. Now, I've actually gone to a YouTube Creator Day. You may get invited to YouTube Creator Day, and let me tell you, I had just crossed 5,000 subscribers when I got invited to a YouTube Creator Day. Playlists are great on YouTube, and I think they are supposed to be good for discoverability. Yes, they are, because when you search on YouTube, you'll see playlists in your results from your search. And the YouTube Creator Day that I went to was in DC. It's funny that Shirley would ask about DC earlier. And the people that were there, everybody didn't have a certain level, because I assumed, because I just got 5,000, that everybody there had to have 5,000 and up. But you guys may remember Swarthy Daisy. She's come in to these live streams. Oh my God, there she is. That's where Swarthy Daisy. Oh my God, that is so amazing. I was just thinking about you. I was just talking about you. And I was just saying that at that time, and you probably have a lot more subscribers now, you didn't even have 5,000 subscribers back then. And so you got invited. So guys, be on the lookout. When you get those videos from YouTube, you never know. Don't just trash it thinking, oh, it's just let me know that Eileen went live again, right? Always look at those videos or those emails, because it could be YouTube invited you to a creator day. I only had 2,000 at the time. Yeah. I know. Swarthy Day. I cannot believe that Erica, Swarthy Daisy. Make sure you guys connect. Swarthy Daisy, there was a girl here earlier who does reefs. You guys may want to connect too. And then there's 24 Karat Crochet, which is also known as Zoe Brings Bacon over on Twitch. Oh my gosh. And then Rob is here. And then, of course, Tish and Larry, you already met, and an author. Okay? So I think I covered everybody who's here, or everybody who's been commenting anyway. Okay? Oh my gosh, all the gang's all here. Yay! All right, so the YouTube Creator Day. Now, the other thing is the YouTube Space. Now, YouTube Space, you have to have 10,000 subscribers, but they have them all over the world. Okay? Something that Twitch doesn't have. Okay, Twitch need to get on the bandwagon. I did hear about something that Twitch has an initiative, and I have to find out a little bit more about it. But Twitch's headquarters is over in Silicon Valley, but it's not in LA. I can't remember. San Jose, I want to say. But I don't know if they have that stuff. Thanks for shouting us out. Yes! I have not produced anything on Twitch yet. Maybe one day. Hey, 24 Karat Crochet, remember I told you you can upload to Twitch too. So that at least gets your account active, right? You can download one of your YouTube lives and because on YouTube, we all can download our videos. That's not a unique feature. We can download our videos just about every platform. And then upload it, or Facebook Live if you go on Facebook Live too. Then upload it over on Twitch. You have nothing to lose if you don't have that many people following you. And and another thing, when you upload a video, your followers don't get notified anyway. So just have it uploaded over there. Then you could maybe even tweet it out sometimes, just to have a little bit of a presence. So if somebody comes to your profile, they can see that you have a past video. Yes, I shall do that. Thanks. I mean, it only takes a few minutes to upload it. Okay. All right. So this next one is a biggie. This next one is a biggie. And I tried to find more information about this over on Twitch, and I didn't find it. So I'm going to say this is unique to YouTube. Facebook may have a little of this stuff, but not exactly. Copyright claims and disputes. Copyright claims and disputes. And why am I singling out this on YouTube? Okay? Because YouTube has a whole help center with documentation, step by step, of what everybody is supposed to do. So if you have content and you want to file, you find out that somebody stole your content and you want to file for copyright for that, would you know where to go on Twitch? Would you know where to go on Facebook? No. But you could easily Google, even if you don't know where to go on YouTube. It's easy to Google, and all you have to do is search for a YouTube video, how to file a copyright claim. And you'll find probably 150 videos, if not more, and probably in different languages as well. But the other side of that coin is a dispute. Let's say you get flagged by YouTube's algorithm or by Twitch's algorithm, because Twitch will often, if they think that you have copyrighted music, they will mute the audio on your video. Okay? So what if you want to dispute and say, no, I own that music? As far as I can tell, nobody else has a platform where you can file for your own copyright and dispute a copyright claim and show proof that you own the copyright. Facebook support is an oxymoron. And especially like the emphasis on the moron. Oh no, I don't mean everybody at Facebook's a moron. Facebook tries, but you know, hey, this is why, you know, sometimes they tell us find your niche, pick your niche, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. And YouTube's lane is video. Twitch's lane is video. Facebook want to be all over the place. They want to be community, they want to have video, they want to have content that they create, they want to have they want to have a marketplace, they want to have games, they want to have Whew. Facebook, go sit down somewhere, okay? It's one of these days I can't with Facebook. Okay, so I think I just hit y'all where this is where the rubber meets the road. Copyright claims and disputes. Twitch needs to step up their game in that area. And maybe it's something they're working on. I don't know. But right now, YouTube reigns supreme when it comes to that. And I've seen it on both ends. And this actually came up. It was a podcasting thing and why it came up. And that's a long story. I'm not going to go into it. But my friend Beauty Bubble, who was here earlier, I don't know if she's still listening on podcast mode or whatever. She was asking me about this copyright situation in terms of podcasting. And she said, did I ever have to file a copyright? And I thought, the first thing that came to my mind was my blog and how people used to always scrape my RSS feed. And I used to have to threaten them, you take my content off of your blog. And it wasn't until later on that night, because she and I had that conversation and it was over and done. But later on, like in the middle of the night, it hit me. YouTube. Oh, yeah. Somebody downloaded all the videos from my Udemy course. It was a YouTube course, by the way. And it wasn't just me who was impacted. They took a lot of Udemy instructors' content, downloaded it, and uploaded it on YouTube. So people were paying for this content over on Udemy. Here, this joker, whoever it was, and it could have been a female, who knows? I don't know. It could be a bot. I don't know. Was scraping that content, downloading it, and then uploading it on YouTube as if it was their own YouTube videos. Well, here, this is a great thing about being on camera. Can't nobody dispute that's my video is my video, can they? Because don't nobody look like me. Even my daughter, she might look a little bit like her mama, only she's about half my size. She's a slim goodie. All right, let me see what y'all saying here. What do you think about Periscope? I think that Periscope has done a lot. They've come a long way with their troll problem, because they had a serious troll problem. And I will say the last few times I went live on Periscope, I did not have any trolls. However, I also did not have any attendees. And I've got 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? And there's 5 of you here right now, but I think this is went as high as maybe 10 or 15 people. I have 16,000 subscribers or followers on Twitter, and I'm lucky if I get Tish will come to my Periscopes, or maybe my friend Fraser, and maybe somebody who I haven't heard from in years. I think last week it was a guy named Alex TV, or 2 weeks ago that was. Nobody comes, nobody watches on Periscope. So Periscope is a fine platform. I just don't get any traction over there. It's just for me personally. But if you have a following on Periscope, go for it. Larry, they do the same with lynda.com/LinkedIn Learning. Yes, and Shirley said, right, okay. And author said, I had a few try and copy my trademark, and Facebook was on it quick when I needed it. Well, that's good. That's good. But the key point with this, guys, it is great. Oh, Shirley has 30,000 on Twitter. Great. The key point, what I'm trying to stress with you, is not just a way to file for copyright, but a way to dispute that when somebody files against you, or if an algorithm thinks that you've taken somebody's copyright. So it's not just filing for copyright, it's also a resolution and dispute platform. YouTube got that down pat, and I don't know nobody else that has it like that. I don't even know if Apple has that over there with iTunes. Tish, I love Linda. Often Larry, free with library card. Yes, I use Linda. I just got finished watching the Roberto Blake has an incredible YouTube video. I'm sorry, it's not about YouTube, but he talks about YouTube mostly. He has an incredible video course over there. But then also, I just got finished watching one. Can't remember the girl's name, so I'm not going to try. It's called Marketing to Millennials. Very nicely done. And I used one of her handouts. I used it when I was doing a one-on-one with one of my patrons, and it worked out good. I'm taking that. She gave it to us as a handout, so I'm taking it. So it was very, very good. All right, so copyright claims and disputes, and I should say not just dispute resolution. All right, I-O-N, Apple. All right, trimming videos. Now, you know, I heard rumor that Facebook was going to let you edit your videos. Oh, bye, 24-karat crochet. Yes, 24-karat crochet. Bye, sweetie. Thank you for hanging with me all this time. I so appreciate you. Give the video a like on your way out. Okay, so trimming videos. Where else can you trim videos? Thanks for the streaming, Eileen. I'll watch the rest of the video another time. Okay, honey. Thank you. All right. Where else can you trim videos? Come on. I'm waiting for somebody to type into the chat. Where else can you trim a video besides YouTube? And you can trim your live streams. I could even, if I wanted to, remember that part where I actually had to bring all my stuff inside because that old ice cream man? I could trim that out if I wanted to. I probably won't, because hey, I want this chat to stay, because y'all chat is banging today. I mean banging in a good way. Rob, have Facebook worked out the bugs in two-way video, and do you think YouTube will have two-way video? Okay, as far as Facebook working out the bugs, don't know. I rarely do video on Facebook other than uploaded video. I know, that's sad, isn't it? I probably should live stream more on Facebook. I did. I was regularly doing it for a while there, but it fell out of favor with me. I started using Twitch. And do I think YouTube will have two-way video? I think they better. They better hurry up and get with their two-way video. I just started putting a course on another site. Oh, okay. iMovie. Swarthy, but I'm talking about a video that's already on the platform. Like, for example, with Twitch, right? With Twitch, you've done your live stream. It's over. So let's say you want to cut a part out, or you want to trim off the end. Maybe you switch topic. That's why I usually trim off my YouTube videos if I switch topics, right? Shirley does live stream. Oh, where are you live streaming at, Shirley? Mostly here on YouTube? Oh, on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. And so Facebook said that they were going to let us edit our videos. And I remember when it first rolled out, Facebook Live, I remember very specifically being on one of those Mari Smith's live streams, and she was like, Facebook is getting ready to roll this out. That was 2 years ago. They haven't rolled it out yet. Trimming videos is a YouTube only feature. And I don't even know if Twitch is even trying to work on that. I would imagine that they're not. Okay, I'm up to number 7 now. And in fact, I'm not going to go through all of these. Okay, I'm just going to give you guys one more. One more. Because we're going to wrap this up. And I wanted to let you know ahead of time. Okay, this is going to be the last one. I think you guys are incredible. I so appreciate you being here with me and all of that. But I know I value your time, and I do collab live stream on YouTube. Okay, great. I value your time, and it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous day out there. And, you know, we all need to just embrace it. It's okay, 7 or 9. I love long videos. I know, Tish, I know. And I do still have some stuff outside I got to get, like my beach chair. And Mr. Rodney went in to cut lawns, and so there's nobody out there watching my stuff. So this is the last one. And it also comes with a favor that I'm going to ask you, because I got to save some for my next video, right? And there's this one thing that is unique to YouTube, especially when you compare it with Twitch. Okay, you can do this on other platforms, but it doesn't work the same way. All right? And that is something I'm going to ask you all to do when I end this stream. And that is comments. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't think I take it for granted. Y'all have been blowing up this chat. But this is the live chat. The comments aren't going to be available until I push the stop button, and then the comment section will appear, and the live chat will just be on the side, but you won't be able to update the live chat. But you can, underneath the video, leave me a comment. And my comments for some reason have been dwindling here on YouTube, and I'm not really complaining. It's okay. But on this particular video, I'm going to ask, because I'm leaving on this note about the comments, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Now on Twitch, you can't comment. There's only chat. However, with that said, let me tell you how it works on Twitch. When you're on Twitch and you're watching a live, of course you can chat just like you guys are chatting now. Let's say you go and you watch a replay, and this is the same way it works on Facebook. You can leave a comment, but it's part of the chat, and it will have the timestamp. That is one time that they have timestamps. Facebook and Twitch both have timestamps in the chat. They don't have them for your video. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really share a Facebook video at a specific timestamp. However, you can see the timestamps in the chat. So a lot of times when I'm watching a Facebook Live replay, I will try to reserve my chat, my comment, until I make sure, like maybe I have a question, but remember, I'm watching a replay of a live, maybe they'll get to it, right? What is the Nightbot? A Nightbot is an automated bot, just like you hear about Facebook bots, but mine is within my stream here on YouTube, and I also have it embedded in my stream on Twitch, and I pre-program what the messages that go out are. Now, because this stream is lasting a lot longer than I normally would stream, he keeps popping up because he's set based on the amount of time and also the number of lines of chat. So that's why he keeps coming up there. But there is moderation with the bot, but I have the moderation turned off on YouTube because I have my live moderators here, like Tish Rosales, Andrew Hatchett, who had to go get his ribs, and Larry Snow. Those are my real life moderators. But over on Twitch, as a matter of fact, I just upgraded somebody as a moderator over there on Twitch too. But on Twitch, there is some moderation. But one thing that the Nightbot doesn't like is when somebody uses all caps and things like that. So they think it's rude. Take a look at Restream Author. I use Restream. If you look at my video from last week and the week before that, I used Restream.io, and I live streamed here and on Periscope at the same time, and it covers all the platforms, yes. And I use, remember, I stream on Twitch every day, so I've been using Restream for the last week and a half on my daily live streams over on Twitch. And only because I'm on my phone now, you can't use Restream when you're on the phone, when you're using a mobile, and I'm using Streamlabs. So those two things aren't talking together right now. Yes, Tish, You weren't here, I don't think, when I did the live stream 2 weeks ago. I was bringing up the comments from Periscope even when I was on my YouTube video. So I pinned the comment and it had the Periscope logo, even though I was on YouTube Live. And so you heard a restream, especially if you follow my tweets. And I introduced it, and I've talked about it on Twitch a lot because, you know, I'm streaming daily over there on Twitch. So have you heard of Hanoli's app? No. What does it do? What kind of app is it, Rob? Is it for live streaming? You missed it. Yes. Is it for live streaming, Rob? So, yeah, so that's one thing that YouTube has. They have the live chat, and it's separate from the comments, which is kind of bizarre, right? Well, I'll tell you the advantages of the comment section over the live chat. You can edit your comment, no matter whether you were the broadcaster or you were the person who left the comment. So even if you want to go back and delete a comment, let's just say you did ask a question and then you find out 5 minutes later the person answers the question. You're like, forget it. Or maybe you just say, oh, you don't have to answer me. Or maybe you just want to say, forget, let me just go back there and delete that comment. Right? You can't do that on chat. You cannot delete your chat. Now on Facebook you can, okay? But on Twitch you cannot delete chats. Rob, I think it's more like a Facebook without live stream. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, there's a lot of apps like that that are cropping up. I'm trying to stick with the major players because I don't want to invest a lot of my time in these live streaming apps that are here one day and going the next, because I've done that. Been there, done that. Like I mentioned Huzzah earlier. Then there was another one that was called Smile Time. They just in the middle of the night decided we're not doing live stream anymore. We're doing some other. I don't even think they're around anymore. They changed the name, changed it. Anyway, so I'm sticking. The reason why I'm using Twitch is because Twitch is owned by Amazon. If Twitch wasn't owned by Amazon, I wouldn't pay them the time of day. But because I'm an Amazon fangirl, and because Twitch is owned by Amazon, I can see investing my time in there because Amazon has the money. So that even if their monetization business model on Twitch doesn't work, they got reserves. They just move money from, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, look at Vine, right? Because Twitter was struggling. Now Twitter's starting to make money now, but they still don't have a great model with Periscope yet. You know, because if you honestly, who do you know that's crushing it on Periscope? I know there's a delay, so it's going to take you guys a while. I don't know anybody. I mean, I know a lot of people that still use it, but they don't use just Periscope. And if they do, they don't have a huge following over there. You know, or maybe people do that are in other niches besides mine, you know, social media, digital media, podcasting and all that. But off the top of my head, I don't know everybody that I know that was big on Periscope is doing other things now. Even Alex Pettit, because he was the first person that was like the big Periscoper. Alex Khan, he's all in on IGTV now. He's doing an IGTV daily show. I don't even know if he uses Periscope anymore. Chocolate Johnny, he does Snapchat, Facebook, all those people that I knew that were big on Periscope, they're not even using it anymore. Lonnie B, check him out. He's huge. Okay, Lonnie B. I'll try to remember that. And then they were gone. I'm so sad. I love Blab. Yeah, and not just Blab, Busker. Busker was incredible. That was an amazing platform, but gone. Look at Vine. I put up time and built and now gone. See what I mean, Shirley? Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm sticking with the big players. And this is why I'm devoting so much time to Twitch, because I can see that even if nothing else, they wouldn't shut it down. They're too dug in now. If nothing else, they would have to sell it off to someone. but they're not going to shut it down. You see what I mean? So, and right now it's thriving. It's growing. If anything, they're scaling it and trying to figure out how to manage all these people and hiring more staff. Okay. But wait, Busker is going now? Yeah, Busker's been going for months. Yeah. Periscope works for me, and I am at conferences, but that's about all. Yeah, Periscope, when I'm at a conference, yeah, I've had success with Periscope, you know. And like I said, I did a dual live stream. I was here on YouTube and Periscope at the same time. I'm not just completely brushing off Periscope. I just haven't seen big returns, and I don't see those people that are devoted to it like they were, you know. Tachi, Dr. Tachi, she still does her Mediascope, but she's on Facebook and Periscope at the same time. And she does a pre-show on Instagram Live. So I don't know why she doesn't embrace YouTube. Actually, Tachi probably would be better on Twitch. The kind of content that she does and the way her show flow goes, that she probably would make a bigger splash on Twitch, because right now YouTube is a tough nut to crack. That's why I'm so glad that you guys are all here with me today. I so very much appreciate you. Amazon Monopoly. Okay, following the crumbs. Yes, Amazon has the money to build up the infrastructure, and that's why I'm hoping that Amazon will watch this video. Hey Twitch people, love y'all, mean it. Because I just gave y'all the list of things that y'all need to add to your roadmap. Now, Twitch does have a roadmap right now about discoverability. We'll talk about that in another video, and I've actually covered it already in the Twitch video. So my next weekend's live stream, I probably will spend some time at least talking about Twitch, but I also don't want to forget about podcasting. And speaking about podcasting, make sure that you are following me over on Anchor, right? And one more time before I leave, I want to make sure that you guys, please leave me a comment, because I'm going to shut the video down now, and then the comment section will come up in about 30 seconds. So you don't have to wait much longer. And meet me back here next weekend. I will be doing my weekend live stream on YouTube. But if you just miss me, you get lonely for me, I'm on Twitch every morning, the morning live show with Miss Eileen. And tomorrow morning, it will probably be my normal time, which means I'll start the show between 5:30 and 6:30 a.m. Eastern. That's twitch.tv/Eileen Smith. I'll have that link in the description. I thank you so very much. Love you guys. Mean it. Smooches.